Welcome, everybody. It's time for some epic games, of course, at the Sanctuary League here. I'm, of course, Nick V, your colorcaster today. I'm joined with Ship Hex, who will be doing the play-by-play. First of all, of course, how are you doing?
Doing great. Been a while. It's been a long time since I've seen both of these teams play, but I mean, their rosters have remained the same, so I'm excited to see how they've improved.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, they are the top two teams right now. Assassin's Creed so far undefeated. I'm pretty sure they are 8-0 right now, and it does mean that if they win this, like, and if they just win 2 games, they are solidified as the absolute number one. But on the other side, Wacky Wraiths at 6-2, and if they 2-0 the opponents, they will actually tie up for first place. So I'm actually quite excited. Like, they have everything to play for right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is you look at the rosters, and it's definitely a lot of close matchups. So looking forward to seeing some scrappy games personally.
Yeah, of course, Jordi in the top lane is one of the players I really want to look out for, because like I know him from SLE, and he basically just doesn't lose in the top lane. Like, even if his team is not going ahead the way they should be, Jordy's always there to just bring a fight and help his team, hopefully, towards victory. But of course, can you tell me more about Detlef?
Well, I don't really know. Detlef is the only player that I don't actually know. I've seen all the other players play. Detlef, I only have the information from the OPGG. I mean, I remember Case Mace was a very a niche player. So I'm interested to see how they play with what I assume to be a more like normal top
Yeah,
laner.
I guess so. I mean, Jordi is like fantastic on Champions.com week side. So I was gonna say, like, I'm looking forward to see if there's going to be a lane swap. Of course not. They're
Nope,
banned.
they're gone.
Finally, we
Bye.
don't have to witness them anymore. But what we are witnessing right now is the pick and ban phase. We do see that Rel, Jinx have been banned on the blue side, and of course, it's Ashe and the Bunny banned from the right side. I really don't want these easy engaged champions to be played for blue. And
Yep.
Assassin's Creed more aimed bans, I would guess.
I mean, I like that they're taking away the rel from Elrat. I don't think they should be giving him this jump. It's way too blindable and way too good, and he's very solid on the pick. So I like that ban. If you're not willing to take it yourself.
Yep. Like, at the same time, it does give me worries that maybe the support on Assassin's Creed just doesn't play Poppy or something. Like, it's pretty easy to interrupt a rel, especially with Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's champions like Alistar you can just pick into it, but not prepared for rel, it seems.
I don't know. I personally, I don't even mind playing Rel into Poppy. I think Rakan is a lot rougher because you just get completely dumpstered in lane. Rel, you just have to be a bit more patient. Like Poppy is gonna press W at some point, and you can still find like good flank angles. Like Rakan is a lot harder because you rely a lot more on like jumping in and out and all over the place. And if not, you just die. With Rel, I think you're kind of fine into Poppy. Like Poppy's still a good pick, obviously, but I don't actually mind it. So I just like the ban here. I don't actually think there's like any like amazing counters to the Rel personally. I think maybe Alistar is potentially the best one, but that's not a very good one.
Yeah, I mean, like, in the end, rel is like a big stop sign, but in traffic, sometimes stop signs get ignored, and it's either you get smoked or you're fine. So I definitely do agree with that. Of course, we aren't really seeing any more bans, so
It does seem like the draft
the
tool
timer
has
is
bugged.
stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that bug a lot.
Oh.
Wait, okay, there we go. This
Yeah.
is happening fast. So
Oriana taken away.
the
Pokemon
Iron
taken away.
B1.
You want to talk
I,
about the Avern?
Yeah, I mean the Iron B1, I don't mind it. I'm not sure about the Smolder response. I like the Wukong, it's good. I'm confused with the Smolder. I guess this is just like a Bootner pick, I suppose. But yeah, I like the Leona with the Iron as well. Kaisa is fine. I'm not too sure about the pick into Smolder, but it can be good if you can get ahead in lane.
Yeah, of course, Smolder is one of those champions that you can flex to the mid lane as well.
Yeah.
I really just wants to scale, but I think Jenna is a great pick into that, where, if Leona gets a jump on Smolder, Smolder's probably going to die, especially against Kaisa if she gets to stack up her passive. But Jenna is, of course, a great way to nullify the Leona as much as she can.
Absolutely.
Thing is, I don't know if Jenna is a good duo with Wukong Smolder.
I mean, I do like it with Smolder. It makes a lot of sense with Smolder. Wukong, I agree. But I'm more worried about Janna is like a very niche champion. Like it's not like anyone can play it. So I am interested to see how good Elrat is on the Janna. Like it's a very good spot for it. But I'm interested to see if he can actually pull it off here.
Yeah, at the same time, Ambessa being taken away from Jordi, Nico gone as well, so they don't want the cheeky ganks happening. Galio taken away, like another just good flex between the mid lane, and you could say support, but nowadays you also see him in the top lane. So really wondering like what the last ban would it be, another top champion that they are going to ban?
Personally, I would just. I mean, I don't know what this top laner plays, but if he's an Ornn player or something, I would just take it away. Not completely sure what he plays.
I know Jordi plays Cassante, and I think he's gonna be put on top of it. If I'm just looking at everything, I think the client bugged here again. Timer is not going down, so there's still a lot we can think about. Gnar being taken away and Xerath locked in.
Yeah, I really hate the Seraph pick here. I think it's really bad. I don't know why we're picking it. They're already showing like an Ivern and picks that can get on top of you. So I really dislike the Seraph pick. Like I think it would be, if you're trying to outrange them, I think it's a lot better to just do it with pure DPS into Ivern, right? Like with Victor or something. And Victor is up, so I have no clue why they pick Seraph here. I really dislike the pick.
Yeah, I would actually say go Syndra, because Syndra has self peel as well.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that works a lot better than Seraph.
Yeah, of course, Xerath, he's much safer than even Syndra. The thing is, like with the self peel Syndra gives herself, and of course the execute damage that she has gotten, she's just so much stronger at nuking anyone who gets too close. The thing is, like at the same time, the single target damage that she does offer kind of gets nullified by the Ivern. Ahri being locked into the Xerath, it's kind of a skill matchup, but more in favor of Ahri, of course. And together with the Renekton and Leona, they could really dive in. Ivern, of course, shielding it up, and it's looking at this pretty rough for Wacky Wraiths.
Yeah, I like the Ahri pick. I think it's like really awkward to have Ivern Ahri. It's like a weird combo. Like Mercs are really strong. But I would say that I really like Ahri into enemy team. Like I think it makes a lot of sense. The Aatrox R5. Not too convinced. I would have liked to see an Ornn or something, but then maybe you're lacking damage as well. So I'm not completely sure. I think Aatrox is definitely fine though.
Yeah, the thing is that Renekton pretty much gets to bully a Aatrox early on, but then Aatrox gets to scale a little bit. So I think they have like more of a scaly comp compared to their opponents, who really just want to go in and end quick. But at the same time, Ivan's shield is going to give them so much.
For sure. Yeah, they need to get the 225 stacks on Smolder as early as possible. She needs to come on light really quick, and they need to land a lot of like range poke with Smolder. I want to be on the lookout for the Smolder boots this game. I think it's incredibly important that he goes with the Swifties and not the CD boots here. That's something to keep an eye out. And also, Smolder did get a buff on Infinity Edge not too long ago, so I also keep an eye out if he actually does decide to build Infinity Edge. Will be interesting.
What was the buff again? Remind me, was it like a gold cheaper?
I can't remember. It was an Infinity Edge specific buff for Smolder.
For Smolder?
Yes. It was like the buff only buffed Infinity Edge on the champ, basically. That was the buff. And I can't remember exactly what it was, like the numbers, how they did it. I just remember that it was an IE buff. And famously, Humanoid decided to then start picking Smolder, but didn't build IE, so that was a little bit of an IQ check for the pro players. Let's see if Bootner does manage to not fail it.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest question, of course. In the chat, what do you think about these two teams, and who do you think is going to go on top of this first game? Of course, we are heading into a quick break, and we'll be discussing your answers right when we get back into the game. And welcome back. We are about to load into game number 1 between Assassins and Greed and Wacky Wraiths. Of course, we've been checking you out in the chat, but you haven't said anything. But of course, Ship X, we have some time to make sure we know exactly what these teams really want to. We have a dive comp and we have a front to back. How do you think this early game is going to work out?
Main is gonna be a very interesting. I think bot lane is gonna be very boring. Just gonna be a lot of farming. I think top lane is gonna be very much a fist fight, and mid lane as well, just like some small trading. Oh, here's Delph finding Usage in level 1 here. Does he have to spend the flash? He doesn't flash yet. Maybe he's just dead here. He does get out with the flash. Does not drop the ignite. So yeah, that is a really good start for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's definitely quite good to get a flash out that early on, especially because it's a Xerath, a very unsafe laner. Really only has the and has to use teleport early on as well.
That is sums.
Yeah, that's a very big tempo change already.
Yeah. Well, this is extremely rough. I mean, you have to be thankful that enemy team is not playing Jarvan and Ivern, but even Ivern can definitely find some angles here on a flashless Seraph. I'm going to be looking for that flash charm from Ahri with the gank setup. They should be able to find the early kill if Seraph is out of position.
Yeah, definitely, and of course they will get the level 2 early on because Janna can Janna can poke out the enemy tank a bit easier than vice versa, as well as, she can help shove the lane to get the early level 2, so they will be ahead for quite a bit. It's a lot of stats just because of that level up, and they should be able to win it out until Assassin's Creed gets level 2 here in the bot lane as well. But like Leona's task right now is to just stay as healthy as she can for the jungler to reach there. But the thing is that it's a bit difficult when you have an Ivern. At least they do spot the Wukong where he is right now, and they do realize that he's pathing towards the top lane. So in this case, you can already see Ahri is moving there as well, making sure that Wukong is in vision so she does not get a gank early on in the mid lane. And actually might try to interrupt. Yeah.
Oh. I don't know what he was saying. I think he was considering walking in to do something with the Wukong rub buff, but I think he decided against it. Maybe Ivern is screaming at him in comms a little bit. But decides to go back mid.
Yeah. Aatrox is getting bullied quite a bit. Of course, Wukong is right there, but Jordi should be aware that Wukong could just, skip the golems and already go for a gank, but should be fine regardless.
He knows that even if he comes, that he can never die, and maybe he even wins. And Trouble Bubble is also hovering here. Seems like they know it's happening, and Trouble Bubble is going to just come on the collapse. He's diving, gets the first ball, but goes down. I think Renekton is very happy with this. Trouble Bubble is just kind of awkward now, though. I suppose he will push this wave, and maybe Renekton runs mid here with the TP. Maybe they can get a kill even with Ivern behind. Probably not, but...
Yeah,
he's on him.
He is in the mid lane. Xerath, you don't want to fight this jungler right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to die, but he will be very low, and he will have to, do a very bad reset, unless they decide to just send Renekton top. I don't know exactly what's happening now. Fine. Okay, he goes mid now. Seems like they were not on the same page. Ivern is pathing towards bot lane, but it seems like Butner and Elrat has the wave in a good position.
Yeah. It's a bit of a questionable lane swap here between the Renekton and Ahri. I do think that both of them will just try to push the wave as much as they can, and so they get some time to go for a reset.
Yeah.
The thing is, will Aatrox let them?
That is true. They both decided to hold their TPs here, which I'm not sure I agree with. I think one of them should have TP'd mid to shove that, so Seraph actually loses some minions. I think he got away with a bit of murder in the mid lane there. So Seraph has to be really happy with this. Obviously getting his TP up again soon as well, so then he'll, go unpunished if that's the case.
Yeah, we do see Ivern is hovering in the bot lane, might be going for a quick hop over the wall.
Yeah.
Barely in that range. He's still
Maybe
waiting.
Leona can find an angle here. He does have flash, I would just burn it.
Oh, go in.
Ooh, nice try.
That's right indeed, but it is a bit of a time waste now that the pink ward is there. Was potentially thinking like, maybe I should just, go in and once again. I'm actually surprised that, like, even at level 4, Elrad and Bwetner are shoving them in. Like, I think Leona Kaiser should be stronger at the moment.
That is actually what most people think, but I can tell you from playing both these champions that actually at this point of the game, Smolder is actually kind of stronger in lane. Because he has he outranges him and he can just like poke and push the wave. And there's not much Kai'Sa can do unless they can get a top of him, but obviously they have the Janna, so that's easily avoidable. So yeah, I think that this is good. They should start the Drake, but they are kinda playing a bit scared here. That's a good charm by Trouble Bubble, but it's only the claw. He does keep going forward though, and Robbery has to flash out with the heal. He keeps going forward. A good chunk on the ADC, and they're just going to get the Drake here for free. They will say thank you for the leash, and they will claim the first dragon.
Yeah, and I think it's very important for Wukong now to skip ahead towards the Void Grubs, get at least one of them before the enemy can get multiple.
Yeah, it would be good. It would be good to not make sure you have both. But then again, you have Jordy on the top side. I'm sure he will have something to say about that on the Renekton here.
Yeah, Aatrox getting bullied out once again. So all the prio is on the side of Assassin's Creed, and like bot lane and the top lane are really doing it right now.
I'm a bit confused because actually Wraiths has a really good setup on the Drake. They push out the waves and they take control of the area, but then they completely panic when Assassins and Greeds are running at them instead of standing the ground. I think if they're standing the ground there, they can actually win the fight and get the Drake. So I'm not sure what they were doing. They're setting up perfectly for Ahri to completely take over the fight when it's played like this. So yeah, I want to see a bit more nerfs on the side of Wraiths going forward here.
Well, who's going forward is Elrad right now. Wants to kite away the Kai'Sa, like at least trade some HP for a minion, and definitely works out so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's good trading happening from Butner here. I mean, he needs to look for a reset. But he's doing well. I mean, either ADC is like really greedy here. They're holding their bases really long, like neither of them are based. Classic ADC gameplay going on.
Yep, true. Alright, we do see that Xerath just used teleport again. Meanwhile, Ahri did shove out the wave, so again, they are going for a jungle objective. Assassin's Creed already got the first Void Grub, and there will be no contest. And Wukong trying to do something across the map, but this is not gonna let them.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Drake is the objective you're allowed to contest, and well, you couldn't do it. Oh, that is a massive cancel onto Butner there. Completely blind as well, so that's very unfortunate. Well, it's going to be really important. I think next wave is also a cannon, I believe. So there, I think AG is going to actually get a perfect back here if Butner allows it. He might die here. Oh my. Okay. Leona decides not to go in. Could have definitely burned his cleanse at a minimum there if he decides to press the spells, but decides against it. So we'll just both base here.
Yeah, sometimes you just, you take the safest option of just not going in and just seeing where things end up, because like as they have neared level 6, like both of them have level 6, whereas Janna doesn't have it yet. So like if there is a angle to go in, it should be now and not even a second later, because I'm pretty sure that Janna's close to level 6. Thing is, she's recalling again and just out of tempo, considering their AD carries just walking into lane.
Yeah, I mean, she did get rewards. I mean, if you're gonna base this much, I would have liked to see the boots that I can't remember what they call, but the one that gives you a quicker recall.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you want that on Janna regardless, though.
No, that's it's fine on Janna. Like, I don't know. What do you think is better?
Boost of swiftness.
Swiftness, that works. That's pretty good.
It's because it scales her W as well.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, and this is exactly what you don't want. Like the cleanse already used to get away, and Leona, of course, the cooldowns are a bit shorter than the cleanse from Smolder. Of course, Janna just got her ultimate, so it does mean
they're looking for a dive here.
A bit safer.
There are 4-man collapsing on this dive. Seraph is late. He's going to be pressing ult, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Can they play this correctly? That's going to be a bit hard. They hit the Q. They're playing very scared here. I guess they're calling to go on next wave, is my assumption. There's not going to be a jungler here. There is TP up on Aatrox. Something to keep an eye on. And they're popping Ivan ult.
Yeah, but they should go. They should TP now if they really want to, and it's not going
And
to.
Delph is going low already. He's not going to be able to tank a lot of turret shots. He hits a perfect ult on both, and both of them goes down, and it's a well-executed dive. Leona just taking the Alfred team, very well executed.
Yeah, it does mean that Smolder and Janna both will not have the XP here, and Xerath even just takes a little bit more damage as he wants to protect the tower, but like it's just so avoidable, especially with a champion like Xerath.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's a well executed dive with good rotations. It seems they recognized that Wukong was going to be on top side of the map, so they knew they could do this unpunished because Seraph cannot really do anything. He cannot enter. He can only press ult from a distance. So, you know, a good rotation from the side of AG and well executed. Leona going in to, I mean, they can maybe even do it without anyone dying, but I like the fact that they're not taking any risks. They're just letting their Leona die and they're happy. So, and then Jordy is dashing forward onto Detlef here. He will go down. He has no ulti and no flash yet, so should just go down here eventually.
Yeah, and as he's being taken away, of course, we did see that there's a rotation from Wacky Wraiths. They are setting up for the Drake, and this will not. I mean, I want to say this will not be contested, but I do say Ivan hovering around alright. Doesn't really have the team. They opt to go for plates instead on the Ahri and the Renekton. There's a lot of gold being funneled into them, and you know that Drake is not that important anyway.
No, they already have the first Drake. They're very much happy to give it and just play, have the second grubs when that spawns. So yeah, they're completely fine with that. No need to fight on the Drake here.
Not indeed. But the thing is that with the gank happening here, oh Wukong.
Trouble bubble already low before anything is happening, so Seraph is really hitting some key abilities here. It's really big before the grub spawn to get this like good poke. He also does not have TP, so maybe actually that it seems like Wacky Wraiths, they might actually get away with the grubs here. It'll be very, very big if they can.
Yeah, if they get one of the feats of strength.
They at least get one,
Jordy?
probably two. Jordy is limit testing in top lane here. Don't know who's gonna win this. That's a good Q. He dashes on him. Does he get off the Q? He has the Q and he resets his E and finishes him off. Well played by Jordy. Not gonna lie, it was looking a bit scary, but he knows his limits very well.
Yeah, of course, Ivan does get to smite one of the Void Grubs, so denying one of the feats of strength for Wacky Wraiths here. Very important to get this one as well. So it's just going to be 2 and 4 on both sides. At least they will have one of the Void Mites now to push into a tower.
Yeah.
That's your cue.
They seem to be missing a lot of spells in the mid lane. Saijin gets out with no mana, but I don't know. I didn't actually see the charm. I was looking for it, but I completely missed it. I don't know where that was thrown.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think he hit a minion or something, but they were like looking for the plate, but not too sure if it even had some HP anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they get a good amount of plates here in the bot lane, so Kai'Sa is probably a bit happy. I'm not sure if how many they got, and only one it appears that Butner got. So I think Leash is pretty happy. He's gonna be probably getting the pickaxe on the next back, hitting level 10, which means he will have the Q evolve, which is the spike that Kai'Sa is gonna be a lot stronger than Smolder going into this next Drake fight.
Yeah, she has a level up ahead as well, so it means that she has like 3 armor more. I think it's actually more like 5 extra armor compared to Smolder. So she will tank a bit more than Smolder will if a team fight happens right now. And definitely looking for a lane gank, but Ivan says, actually, never mind.
Renekton 2 levels up. Yeah, Aatrox is not going to be having a fun time here. Also 30 CS, 4 kills. Yeah, this is a scary crocodile. I would love to get a check on the Smolder stacks, how that's going. If that would be possible. That is 100 stacks at 14.
Yeah,
I think
it's alright.
It's decent. I think he could have done better, but he should be able to hit it around the 22 minutes mark then, I would assume. So it will be okay.
I mean, like considering the dive earlier on, and the amount of minions that Smolder had lost.
Okay. Ahri going for the dive here. Aatrox popped the ult. They're starting to heal a bit, but it's not enough. Renekton has way too much damage, way too much lockdown. Not much he can do there. Wukong is just slightly late for the fight,
They
unfortunately.
really want this tower, don't they?
Yeah, oh, Butner is going forward here on the Kai'Sa. He finds it by himself with Janna to back him up. Iron Leash seems to get out on 1 HP, but Yusai snipes him out from the river, and that is... I'm not sure, it was not a shutdown, but it was it is a kill for the Seraphim.
Yeah, and Xerath is ahead in gold as well, so in that case, like, even though Yusjin wasted a flash and itself very early on,
Yeah.
still getting ahead here.
Yeah, he was not at all punished for the early TP and flash usage. He got away with it. I don't know why they decided to not try and make any plays in the mid lane, but that is what they did. And Robbery fighting Jordi here, and I think he just wins. And maybe he's leaving the kill for his Aatrox. I mean, I don't think this saves him at all. Gonna keep him alive for a bit long. Oh! There's no way he's out. Saijin hits the E, and he is gone, and that's a shutdown onto the Seraph. He will be very strong here, getting all this gold funneled into him. He's already 600 up at this point.
Yeah. It's gonna be like the biggest question are in the mid lane. Like Trouble Bubble's like one of the best mid laners I've witnessed like around this level of play, and Yushin is just getting the better of him. Like even though Trouble Bubble is like more actively helping his team, I just Yushin's roams have been much more effective.
Yeah, I mean again, Trouble Bubble seems to be in his own head. He's whiffing a lot of charms this game. I think I'm yet to see one land, so. That is something to get. Oh, there. I mean, as I say it, he lands a charm. Does not do very much, but he does land it.
I think he heard you.
He did hear me. He took it personal. That's fair enough. And yeah, I mean, they're fighting over this Drake. They are moving. They're rotating over to mid here. Yeah, and oh, Robbery does engage onto Delphi. He's left by himself. He flashes out. They're trying to play both sides here for Assassin's Creed. I'm not loving this. Robbery is jumping onto Renekton, and I think it's a good start to the fight. I mean, they're playing two sides. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, Renekton goes back in by himself. Ivern is walking away, and they're just getting a free fight. They're completely split off, and this is just Drake going over to Wacky Wraiths, and very extremely split off here. I have no clue what they're trying to do. Was well played though by Wacky Wraiths, forcing them into a really bad scenario. Was a very good how they retook the dragon, and it just seems like the mistake that Wacky Wraiths did earlier is the same one that AG did now, almost. So interesting to see.
Yeah, it felt like, as you said, like within the fight, like it was a very split team fight for Assassin's Creed. While Wacky Wraiths, they were just huddled up together, and like Delph got chipped out very early on by the Smolder and Xerath, and then they just wanted to go for a re-engage anyway. And like Leona, yes, she did get a triple stun, I do believe, but like it was too late because the other side was not in position to bring down damage because there was just too many chip damage already.
Ooh, it's the flash Q. Beautiful stuff. And he dodges Leona E. That is beautiful.
Yeah, we were questioning the Xerath pick, but it's definitely coming in fruition for Yushin here.
Yeah,
it's also very safe wave clear, so like this tower isn't easily pushed in.
Yeah, for sure. And I do really like that they seem to fix their mistake from last time. Maybe it's just OP to let the enemy team take the dragon pit and just walk into them. That seems to be the trajectory of this game. Just let the other team control the dragon pit first and then just walk into them. And they panic. That is the tendencies of this game so far. I want to see if one team can change it and actually play the Drake properly once you have control, or just any objective for that matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the biggest part of this is that Jordi really wants to be a wall for his team, but like in that earlier team fight, he just wasn't allowed to do it before his entire team was already chipped out anyway. Engage though.
Yeah. That is a nice Q by Ivern, and he's just caught completely off guard, and 4 people up in the top lane. He was not ready at all. Let's see if they try to turn here. Jordi gets almost onto Butner. He needs to be careful. That is a scary crocodile. Robbery is like kind of looking with Ari on the flank here though. Let's see what he's gonna find. Can he find the Seraph here? Leona's going onto him. He hits the charm. Kai'Sa follows up. It's a beautiful engage onto Yusai. That's a shutdown going over to Ari. Adrat is in trouble here. He tries to flash out, but I think he's gonna go down. Robbery is flashes out, but he also seems to maybe go down as well. There's a beautiful charm hit, and it He's down. That is almost a clean ace, almost. It's just Butner alive in the bot lane, farming, getting his stacks, but that is a beautifully executed team fight. Love the positioning from Ari. Well done.
Yep, it was the early catch onto Detlef being taken out of the fight. Like, Detlef did so much for his team in the first team fight, and now was absolutely taken away from it, and his team decided to just go in anyway. So, like, very questionable. They really wanted to contest that Rift Heralds, but it was just a throwaway. It's just more gold into the pockets of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was talking about he did decide to go with the Swifty boots, as I was talking about earlier. Really happy. The only reason he can walk up to Renekton like this is because he has the Swifties and he can weave in queues and do kind of whatever he wants. So really happy to see him to build that this game.
Yeah, well done. Jenna, of course, also with the boots of swiftness. Again, it boosts her W damage by quite a bit, but the engagement...
Oh, he hits the charm onto Detlef. I don't know what he's doing here, sitting on a pink ward. I'm not sure if he didn't see it, but he does seem to be fine. That was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, has popped his ultimate. Of course, the cooldown is quite low, but it does mean that Detlef right now can't really fight. Looking at the timers, his ultimate definitely will be up when the Drake is going to spawn, but like, because he used his ultimate, there's a bit of pressure being taken away that sets up Assassin's Creed for more visions and a potential diver.
Yeah, absolutely. They do just walk into the bot side jungle here, take complete control, hit the tower for free, and I'm assuming they're just gonna base after this and look to play the Drake that spawns in 50 seconds.
Yeah, mostly people start warding, start backing around 40 seconds before timing.
It seems like they're just gonna stick around until the Drake spawns. Seems like maybe they don't have any big spikes on the back and they just decide that they wanna keep the control of the area. Usagen he is fine. They decide not to go. Looking to play on bot side here again, potentially. Oh, Ivan Leash is out of position here. He is running away. Let's see if they can catch up to him. Terra hit some ults here, but he does seem to be fine with the shield from Ivern.
Yeah, it's a very
That is a nice Janna Q.
Very spread play, and HR's ultimate is about to come up, so they could look for a fight pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh, Kai'Sa goes in on Elrad. Very optimistic. I think he just dies here to Wukong.
What?
Completely lost his mind here. So yeah, they're gonna look to chase them down here. There's no ADC robbery. Finds the angle. He holds them both. Here comes Trouble Bubble and Jordy, but I don't think you can save this fight. I think Butner will just clean it up. And here comes the Aatrox. He flashes on top of him. Can he get the kill? He cannot. And it's just a clean fight by Wacky Wraiths.
Yeah, definitely clean fight from Wacky Wraiths, but I have to question I won't leash here. Like, you had vision on all three of them, and you still decided to try and nuke down. Was it the Janna?
Oh, I think it was the Janna, yeah. He just jumped him, and I have no clue. I also have to. I am gonna lose my mind a bit here because these guys' items are starting to trigger me. Okay. We went with the collector and we upgraded the boots on 2 items. 2 illegal things right there. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. They're way too tanky. They have way too many shields for you to build collector, and he also decides to upgrade the boots. Like I don't understand why. I don't get it at all. It's extremely gold inefficient and not something you want to do on Kai'Sa for sure. At least not before like 4 items, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. Like at the 3rd item, you really want it to be armor pen because of the thing that I already mentioned is that like armor wise, when you get to like around level 16 to 18, you start dealing like 50% less damage on auto attacks. So you really just want to get some armor pen going on, and right now just not really building it. So it's very questionable, especially because like an upgraded boot is like 750 gold, and
yeah,
that is almost already an armor pen item.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold to get a bit of attack, bit of movement speed. I'm not a fan. It's extremely gold inefficient. So yeah, I don't understand the collector as well. Like they have so many shields, and they also have like some tanky members. So I don't understand the idea. Like, are you just trying to one-shot one guy and then do nothing more? I'm not completely sure, but.
Well, she did already build the Kraken Slayer as well, so I do think it's like more of a tank buster build that she really wants to go for, like shred through a tank and then have the collector to finish them off before, you know, they can heal up. especially because an Aatrox can heal up so easily. They really need that little bit of an execution from the collector here.
I just think you do more damage going like a rage bait, honestly. And I get it, like, oh, you feel like you have too much AP, but I don't think so. Like, yeah, the Ivern is like kind of fake, like it doesn't really do any damage either way. And then you have like Renekton top and Ahri, and then you're like 50-50 on Kai'Sa going like the normal build. So I don't exactly understand why you do it. So a bit of a question mark for me.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a question mark. But what I do also want to highlight while we are waiting for the PP pause is that, you know, Ahri, you had some tough words for Trouble Bubble about the charms, but ever since you said that, it's been 100% hit rate. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, it's been good. No, I mean he was playing really bad. It was really rough, but ever since that fight in the top side where he found an amazing flank with his Leona onto the Seraph, it's been good. Like he's been positioning well and playing from the flanks like he should. So yeah, he has stepped it up. Like he stopped doing those random ults on mid where he's just trying to hit a charm. So yeah, it's a lot better. It's a lot better.
Yeah, the biggest thing I do think is right now they need to clean up their team fighting. Like SS has agreed, they look weak in team fights, especially when it's just a normal 5v5. And like Jordi tries to salvage single thing that is going wrong in his team.
Yeah.
But he's not that strong, and because he's not that strong, like he's of course strong, but you can't 1v9 basically. It just means that he might be overstepping his like what he can do. And it just ups his like it makes his team maybe just die even more unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean you have to. Oh, here he tries to get onto that Lafair. Yeah. I'm not sure if he's gonna. He does not keep going. Just a good trade.
Yeah,
I mean,
so like in a 1v1 situation, he's just very strong. He can just bully anyone he wants. But like in a team fight situation, you can't go ahead on your own. You need that Ivern backing you up.
Yeah, it's definitely deserved criticism that he is trying to do too much in team fights, and like you saw on that second Drake fight, I think he went in like 1v4 while his Ivern was running away, and it was just very funky, and it just looked like he was too desperate to turn around the team fight when he could have just left. So
I don't like this call. They had some vision on it already, so sniping them out with the Aatrox giving them vision, they get MRes shredded.
They are turning though. They got into Elrat there. It's a good pick. I don't know if they should keep going though, because Robbery is coming here on the flank. Detlef is coming from a different flank, and Butner also is up, and the resistances are like shredded here. They're fighting in the pit of it. I think they're all gonna die fairly quick here. Jordi is already looking like he's gonna go down. Butner is in the middle of 4 people. Can he get out, or can he turn with Seraph on the side here? Can he hit some important spells? He gets the Q onto Leash. He flashes forward with the Seraph Q. He hits the stun onto the Kai'Sa. They're all going down. Robbery here looking to get the Delph. Oh my god, Ivern is trying to kill Usaichen here, but I don't think it's enough. It's very close. He kills it just in time, and it seems like it's gonna be off 4 for 3 here. So well executed. 4 for 2. No, Alrat died very early. Yeah.
It's I like the call, but they swept right after they already started. So like the vision was purely there, and the longer you stand to the pit, the more armor shred and magic shred that Atakan is doing. Like you lose 50 armor and magic resist. Like you don't want to stand in there for too long, and if you do, then what happened? Yushin with the Zaras just from a range just snipes straight through you. Like no matter how much magic resist you have, Zarath is going to rain down damage, and you know that's how they just turned it around. Even though it looked very good for Assassin's Creed early on, where they got a pick early, they also just blew all their resistances.
Yeah, I think personally the big mistake is that they jump onto the Janna and they get a good pick, but the big mistake is they walk right back into the Atlakan and keep it triggered, and they just they get flanked and all the resistances are like gone, and they kinda it's very hard. I think if they just like walk into the jungle, they kind of just ward and then walk back later, then I think it's a lot better than how it ended up being. So
yeah, I think they saw that okay, we have Janna is gone, so we have like a 4v5 situation, meaning that we can definitely take this, but it takes 4 seconds for those Atakan seals to disappear. Like as long as you reappear within 4 seconds, then you still have his stacks on you, so you will still be weaker.
Yeah. And you could see the Seraph there when with all the resistance gone, with the Shadow Flame finish, that he was hurting. He was hurting for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is right now, right? We do see that Atacon was a quick pick. Of course, they won't try it again right now, but we do see that the Drake is going to spawn again pretty soon, like within a minute and 10 seconds. So they're probably setting up the top side here to put the pressure down, and then they just rotate bottom.
That is a TP. Is that is Ari TPing onto Jordy? They want to keep the fight going. Butner is going to be here quite early. So is the Ivern, but Wukong goes down quite early here. Can Butner find the kill? Aatrox goes down as well. Elrat is here to try and get Butner out. Oh, Kai'Sa ults onto Butner. Trouble Bubble ults over the wall, and Leona ults hits. It's a quick cleanse, but it's not going to be enough, I think. I think he's going to go down. Or is he? There's a lot of shields here, but he does eventually go down to Jordy and Delph that got on top of him. Who is behind? It's the Atakan. I think nothing else is going to happen. Oh, he gets onto Elrat. He is mispositioning here, but he is able to walk it out, trying to go back in on Jordy. That's the ult from Stygian. See if he can hit here.
He's just waiting out the shield right now. But look at how many shields
he
there
can't
are.
wait it out. That's the thing with Iron. It just after it like doesn't proc. It just like comes on again. It's so long now compared to what it used to be.
It does mean that Assassin's Creed, of course, they gain some tempo advantage here because they will push ahead a little bit. So Xerath is there to make sure that doesn't happen and the tempo goes back to them. But right now, the minions are closer to the Wacky base, especially like on the bot side. So they will need to be shoving it out for quite a bit. And at the same time, that does give Assassin's Creed a little bit more time to place the wards down that they really want to, and make sure that especially that brush that you can see that hovers in the blue side gets warded, because you need the vision there.
Let's get a check on the smolder stacks. I'm assuming he is. Oh, let's see. It's a fight here. They get onto robbery here. Let's see if they can lock him down. The charm does whiff, and he does seem to be able to walk it out. But Leona keeps going here. I think a bit too much. Trouble Bubble ults forward onto Butner, but has no charm. That is a nice healing there. Oh, he goes onto the Aatrox. Very optimistic here. Renekton going forward gets a good stun on Aatrox, but he just turns right around. See, I'll fight you. Smolder is so far safe. That's a good pick onto Aatrox. They're going hard in. Jordy flashes onto the backline, and I think they're all gonna die here. Only Butner alive. He does not get the kill, and it's only Butner alive. And such an important team fight to win here, because it would have been the Dragon Soul for Wacky Wraiths if they lost.
Yeah, and the soul is being taken away. Most of that ordeal was that Leash, he got a great flank angle onto Yusin. Yusin was already used his stun, so couldn't peel for himself, and was all alone at the top of that team fight. So Leash instantly went for the killer instinct, straight onto the Xerath, sniped him down together with the passive, and from then on, the Wacky just lost so much damage. Like it all came from Smolder, but because it's sustained damage, all the shielding that Ivern does and the healing as well that they have together with the Leona, it was just like an impossible fight for him.
Yeah, it was a bad start for Wacky Wraiths with Wukong kind of getting caught off guard. It's definitely not how you want to start the fight. And it was, I mean, well played by Assassin's Creed for sure. I really like when Jordy, no hesitation. They fought for a long time, but when he saw the angle, he flashed straight on top of the carries, and it ended up being very massive.
Yeah, like Leash is the assassin, and Jordy is the greedy, the greedy one. That's like Assassin's Creed. That's those two, and the rest we still have to look for what their roles are.
Baron
Next
is
objective though, is Baron indeed together with the Atacon, and like they're probably just gonna like do a little bit of a dance in the mid lane and the top lane until there's a big team fight, and whoever wins that just gets both objectives. So I'm eager to see which one it will be. I also wonder how much gold all the team like everyone has, but look at maybe getting chipped out.
Yeah, some good poke here coming out now. He goes confidently forward onto Leash. He gets his ult. Does he have cleanser? He does get hit. Leona goes in, but I'm not sure you have the damage here to follow up. And Butner flashes into Kai'Sa's face, and it's just double kill here for Butner onto the enemy bot lane.
Yeah, the execute happening as well. Detlef teleporting in. They will find Ari, but
that is burst. Oh, Butner going forward here onto Ivern. Very confident on the smolder here. gets a free flash. Really liking how they're playing this. But Trouble Bubble. Don't think you're getting anything here. And it will maybe be a Baron here for Accurates. Or Atakan.
Yeah, I mean, like Atakan's buff is, I think, less important than Baron, but at the same time, it's the most important one that doesn't respawn.
Yeah. I mean, is it the pedal one? I think it's the pedal one, right? Oh, it's a good charm onto that left, but he does heal up quite a lot. Robbery going in. Not sure if he wants to go in or out. Jordi pops ult, and I think they just have to leave and make sure you get the petals on the way out. And you are good to go. Do they still look for the fight there? It looks like Assassin's Creed are really wanting this for some reason. Not sure why.
Yeah, with the charm whiffing, I don't think they really had a chance to re-engage anymore. They really
Butner is confident here. Jordi is... I think he's just griefing here. He goes down very quickly. And I'm not sure if they're... I mean, Robbery as well. I'm not sure what's happening anymore. They're just getting picked right, left, and center here.
Yeah, it's it feels a little bit like Intas. Any
Yeah.
Intas in chat? It's just a bit weird, and with the iron brushes, making sure that they.
Oh, they
shoot
go into
off
Butner here. He hits the charm, but it's an insta cleanse, and it's a great ult from Elrat, making sure that Butner is fine. And I mean, Butner is stepping back up confidently, and he's looking great on the Smolder this game.
Yeah, like Janna together with the Smolder ultimates, they really heal up a ton. So Smolder, even though he did below like 200 HP, suddenly he's back at like 800.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was. I mean, it was a good attempt at the pick on Butner, and it was trying to get the charm on top of it. It was a quick cleanse and a great Jan ult from Elrat. So, I mean, well done. I thought it was extremely optimistic to try and do Baron. I mean, I get it. They see the robbery is down. Like, they want to see if they can force a fight on the Baron or just a flip because they have no jungler. So I completely get it, but it was very optimistic.
Yeah, especially because Smolder already has the stacks and has had them for a while.
Yeah.
He's probably the strongest member on the entire map. Maybe second to Trouble Bubble.
Yeah, we have to watch out now though, because this is going to be a Butner on the dragon fight with no sums. It's going to be extremely key. See if they can find a way to punish it. It is Jordi still in top lane, though, split pushing, so maybe they are... I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to do with that. Sidejin goes to match.
Yeah, the thing is that Jordi's teleport will be up in like, what, 30 seconds, whereas Yushin's definitely will not. I think they should be sending the Aatrox there, because if they have TP timers, the two top laners will have them around the same time, but there's potential death pressure here.
I mean, Jordi is just looking to play the flank here. Delph is stepping up confidently.
Oh.
Butner is going to be looking onto Jordi here. He's not going to let him get away with this for free. He's going to go and look to get a chunk. And they tried to get on top of Robbery, but I think he's out. Jordi might be in trouble here. Let's see if he can get out somehow. But I think he just falls there to Butner, and this is a good start of the fight. Let's see if they can chase down the rest. Trouble Bubble tries to find the charm onto Butner, but he seems to be fine here. Kaisa is trying his best on the flank here, playing 1v4. He is trying to find some heroics here, but I don't think it's enough. Delph goes down, and I think this is just a clean sweep.
We didn't see that. We
Saw nothing. Nothing.
I have no idea. I didn't see you not flashing over the wall.
Oh, is he gonna go for the steal? Is he gonna go for the steal?
I think he needs to. I think he needs to attempt it.
He is dead. It's another kill onto Butner, and this game is all of a sudden looking very, very rough.
They saw a leash as well, so
yeah,
probably gonna get him. Oh yeah, they definitely are. Oh, Kaisa can actually do this if he really wants. She really wants to.
It's gonna be hard for him though. Without the Rage Blade and the Nashor's Tooth, it's gonna be hard for him to really fight the Aatrox. Yeah, it's a Baron, it's Soul. It's looking very good here for the side of Wacky Wraiths, and what was an even game about 2 minutes ago has turned into a very one-sided one.
Yeah, very scrappy fights that like.
Oh, he's going in onto the Aatrox by himself with no backup in sight, and Jordi's TPing in into the middle of 5 people, and he's gonna go down instantly, and it seems like Assassin's Creed has completely lost their mind of that play.
Yeah, I think they're assassinating themselves right now, how greedy they are. This is going for some ints. Of course, Leash at least got a turret, but you just have to wonder what the teleport was. There's not much more to say except, you know, you could flame the hell out of that, but what fun is that? They are looking to end the game though. Wacky Wraiths.
Yeah. I think they will. I don't think there's any stopping them here. Ahri is going to look on the flank, but the damage is never going to be enough. You have a Yanna with her ult and her E, and I don't think there's any way to stop this siege. Kaisa is 10.
Okay.
Unless, you never know. But I mean, there's no minions tanking anymore, so this is going to be a hard turret to kill, but they get it, and Aatrox seems to be completely fine, and Trouble Bubble is going to go down to the Smolder, so is I Want Leash, and Putner is going to clean them up right before the Nexus explodes, and it's a well-played game by the side of Wacky Wraiths, and especially Putner.
Yeah, I think in the end we did see exactly what the plan for Wacky Wraiths was, and it was just scale and make sure everyone stays healthy, especially because the Janna and Smolder, they have a healing ultimate. It just made sure that Aatrox, even though he builds damage, stays very tanky because of the amount of healing that he gets from his own kit and his teammates at the same time as well. So they could just like lead the fray, and then Smolder, of course, once he reaches the stacks, he's just unstoppable. Together with the Boots of Swiftness, as you pointed out in the champ select, it was taken, and like Renekton, every single dive champ that Assassin's Creed had was unable to reach him.
Yeah, and I mean, that despite Butner very aggressively posturing in every fight and walking up very aggressively and looking for the poke. Every time they would send something at it would be the insta-cleanse and flash and Yana ult, and they seemed like they couldn't get onto him, and he seemed to be a real problem in these fights, and I'm loving it personally when you go the Swifty boots on Smolder and you're just running around and being extremely confident with the cleanse, of course, which you need against this team. So yeah, I think he played a really well game, and he made it really hard for enemy team to actually approach these fights when it felt so hard to get on top of them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's give these two teams a breather. Let's give ourselves a breather as well, as the teams are going to debate what team comps they really want to go for. In the second game, I hope there's a lot of different team plannings going on for Assassin's Creed, especially, you know, with the picks and bans, because that Smolder can't be getting away like that. I don't think this is fearless, right?
I have no idea personally.
I doubt it, but we'll be seeing it pretty soon, right after this break. I'll drop it in here real quick. Welcome back. Game number 2 between Wacky Wraiths and Assassin's Creed. Of course, they will be going for a side swap. Wacky Wraiths will be on the blue side this time. Assassin's Creed on the right side. And here we go. The biggest question is, what adaptations are you expecting, Shipax?
I mean, I am expecting then that a smaller band will come in here. I think that they picked it on very early in the draft, and they still were not able to find any good responses to it. So I think just take it off the table. And Butner was looking really confident on it, so that is what I would do in the draft here for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, especially like wondering if the bans will be same, but because I think Assassin's Creed did ban Jinx on their side, so it's like a very neutral AD carry. The thing is that if Smolder was an issue, then Jinx will be an even big one. They will be banning it out. So far bans are still the same, but only one, of course, on each side have been taken. I forgot Ash was definitely one. Just forgot the third ban from Wacky Wraiths.
I mean, if you're fine playing Smolder, I'm not sure about the Ash ban. Maybe this is just a very, very big comfort for the side of Assassin's Creed, but I do still want to see the Smolder ban on 3 here. If not, I want to see some very big adaptations from the rest of the draft and them actually trying to punish this pick. If not, I think they just lose again.
Yeah, they would need like a Nyla or something.
Ivern ban. I'm curious if they're just going to slam it B1 here, because they already proven that they don't really seem to have a response. There you go. There's the Smolder, B1. And now I'm curious what the response will be.
Yeah, like what would you really pick against a Smolder? Like, you could potentially say like a Jhin, because Jhin is like a very safe AD carry, has a lot of utility and just bursts with damage as well. Like nuking Smolder down before you can really go for a healing. But the biggest question is, can you pull that off? And Xin Zhao is at least a first step towards it.
Yeah, I mean, at least what I want to see here is I want them to see. I want counter pick to go to support on red side here. I think that is extremely important when trying to punish the Smolder. On ADC, I think you can just pick comfort. It doesn't really matter that much. I think you can beat Smolder with, if you're counter pick on support, with most stuff. Tristana is definitely one way to do it, to look and punish it early. Not sure if I'm the biggest fan of the Tristana. You can definitely go in hard if you can find the right support picks, but I will put a bit of a question mark on that pick.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because Tristana, yes, she is strong, yes, she can jump in, but like the biggest question is like, how do you really stop Smolder from getting stacks? And that is to hopefully freeze your lane and make sure that you can zone him out together with the support. That, as you said, you can go for a counter pick, but Tristana with her passive, she just blows up minions very quickly, and it does mean that Smolder just gets to get stacks regardless. Like, you can't freeze with that champion.
No, I mean, I agree, and I think that what I want to see here from the side of Wacky Wraiths, I want to see them look for like a Emilio angle, and then on Assassin's Creed, I think they should respond with a Blitzcrank. I think that's like the best way to go for both sides of the teams, and something I would look here. Oh, Braum, that's interesting. That is not bad. I kind of like this.
Yeah, it makes it makes Smolder even safer if they really want to like just go all in on protect the Smolder comp. Of course, Wukong very aggressive, can set up the CC, can peel for Smolder as well. So I really like that. The thing that I really need to see, because this is quite a bit of a front to back. Here's the Blitzcrank that you said, but
no,
early
like
on
this.
into the Brown.
No, I don't like that. No.
I would want to see like a Elise or something that can really chip down the Brown.
I think you just go Lulu here. I think the fact that I kind of like the Braum, because you do want to go for sort of engage with Tristana, but Tristana is also like can be a hyper carry. So I think when they slam the Braum, you kind of have to just go towards the Lulu, and then you can actually maybe outscale this lane, and Tristana can be a big issue if she actually managed to play it right. So I would like to see the Lulu here, but the Thresh I really dislike. I'm not sure. I mean, they can definitely look to get on top of them, even with the Braum and they have a Shin and the Lantern going in. So some playmaking potential here. It's not over. Like, they can still make it work, but not a big fan.
It's what they want to do right now is very hard to execute with the champs that they have picked so far. I think that is the biggest thing. Whereas Wacky Wraiths' team comp is pretty easy. to pull off. So Assassin's Creed are making it tough for themselves. I think with this, they are definitely going to try and counterpick the top lane, get Jordy ahead as far as they can get him, and play through him. Of course, at the same time, it does mean that Wacky Wraiths gets to get a scaling smaller.
Personally, I would like to see that some resources go into banning some of Jordy's champ here. I don't think you should be too confident about whatever you're planning to blind here. I do realize that the Gnar is up here, which I believe is some of his comfort. Maybe that's what he goes for, and not sure what we get on as a response. Maybe we get a Malphite R5 or something interesting. I'm not quite sure what he prefers to play into the Gnar, but
I don't think I've ever seen him play that. I think he would just like go for a Cassante or a Camille.
I have actually. I'm pretty sure he has played in SLE when I.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not completely sure, but I feel like I have seen him pick it in SLE against Gnar specifically, but I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong.
All right. One thing I would maybe want to see is like.
Ooh.
Yeah. I want to say Victor, but he took it away from me. I wanted to say like Trouble Bubble is very good on like mages that have like the crowd control, so he could just go for a Victor or a Azir. Azir, of course, not that great into Smolder because Smolder can simply press E and just go away. But Victor, he can really just hopefully stun him down, like lock him down, and get that massive ultimate. Xerath, though,
Damn.
as the again, I want to say questionable pick into the Victor, but we've seen Yustian on Xerath in game number 1. That was very impressive.
I think I will have to say I think Seraph looks a lot better in this scenario than it did last time. Like you actually don't have any shield here or any like really like beefy members on enemy team. You just have like a Victor, which I think is fine into, and I think Seraph is actually pretty good here compared to last time. And there is the Gnar blind, which I expected, and maybe it is Ambessa that's the plan. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah. The question I have, of course, yes, it's a carry champ for Jordi. I think Ambessa's broken right now, but he's going to take more on his shoulders, and the question is like, is it too much for Jordi to really do this?
They have a Braum on enemy team, which is not something that Ambessa enjoys, but it is also really nice to play Ambessa into the stuff like Seraph, right? Immobile mage, right? You have long range, you can get onto him. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It can easily go wrong, but they can also, if he gets ahead, then he can get onto the backline, and Braum doesn't instantly CC him. I think you can definitely cook here with the Ambessa.
Yeah. All right. Between the Wacky Wraiths and Assassin's Creed, of course, Assassin's Creed still on top of the leaderboards, but being 8-1, whereas Wacky Wraiths right now is 7-2. They can really tie up the score right now, or Assassin's Creed can make sure that they stay the absolute number 1. We'll be seeing it very shortly. We'll be heading to a break, and we'll see you back when game number 2 starts.
To break their spine and reclaim what once was mine. Those cravens backstabbed me, deceived me. Never shall I tolerate their crimes again. Now let the hunt begin. Oh, 7,000 souls scared and daunted, such a tale of woe. Not too long ago, this village was a golden scene of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the light bringer.
Welcome back, everybody. Game number 2 is coming your way. We are loading into the game between Assassin's Creed and Wacky Wraiths. Of course, Wacky Wraiths will be on the blue side, Assassin's Creed on the red side. And you know, we had a while to think about these two teams, especially early game. Of course, I do expect Yusjin to be a little bit more safer in this level 1 position, where he does not have to blow flash and teleport early on.
Yeah, absolutely not. Even though a trouble bubble. Okay, just find robbery.
I mean, you'll be fine.
I mean, it's a weird position to be in for Victor. If Brom just walks mid, which he doesn't do, then could maybe burn a flash, but they decide not to do it. I don't know, I feel like they might be fishing on the Session again here, and yeah, they are walking up here. Is he gonna hit the hook? Maybe just... Oh, he does get hit. He has the flash, and there we go. Can we check if we're not watching the same game? Quick check, please.
Well, the staff says that this is actually game number 2, where Xerath again uses flash and has to teleport back into lane.
All right, let's see if it.
I do hear that history tends to repeat itself, so here you go.
Yeah. I mean, let's see if Assassin's Creed can actually punish it this time. Last time, obviously, letting him get away with it completely.
Yeah. The thing is that if history is going to repeat itself, that does mean that Wacky Wraiths is going to take this game, and it's up to Assassin's Creed to defy that. This is a good start, but you know, with the unflinching, it doesn't matter that much. It gets very tanky.
Yeah.
The thing with unflinching is, though, the cooldowns are very long.
Yeah. That is true. Do have a bit more of an aggressive jungler this time though with Xin Zhao than Ivern, so maybe they do manage to or look more for it, the gank in mid this time around. Well, yet to find out.
Oh, good poke.
And some good trading here from Trouble Bubble.
Yeah. Really good sidestep on the Xerath Q as well, even though he was slowed.
Yep.
A very deep ward actually from Thresh here, so they will be spotting exactly when Wukong is on the red.
Yeah, I mean this means they already know exactly where Wukong is. They know he's doing Raptors right now, so they have full control over Wukong. While the other team actually has no idea where Xin Zhao is, as far as I know, and he could be. Maybe they think he's pathing bot there, which could be very scary.
Yeah, like usually junglers will go from like top to bot. But in this case, I do think they realize that maybe they want Jordi because of the counter pick early on. That he's just an aggressive, strong laner. To shift more attentions to him, but I do see that Jhin is looking for something in the mid.
No, I think he might be maybe it's mid, yeah, but he could also be wrapping around the top, which I actually kind of like more. Like this wave is pushing into Jordi, so I want him to just wrap around on top, which I think is really good. I think Jordi can prevent the Nord from crushing this, but he walks back to mid. It seems like he's very split on what to do here. I think he should just be going top here. I get it, you burned the flash, but maybe.
This is the time. This is the time. No flash.
Okay, he hits the E, but Xerath should have E here. The stun lands, and it is first blood going over to Trouble Bubble. They do actually punish it this time, so well done to them. They go against my advice, so it was the right decision.
I mean, it all comes down to like the synergy between the jungler and the mid laner, where you know, with the stun field that Victor just puts down, he slows the enemy opponent. It gives Xin Zhao a lot of time to go for the third knock up, and the third the third hit with the knock up. Make sure that nice jump away will make sure that the stun actually lands for Victor. So easy kill.
Yeah. Once again, I think Elrat and Butner happy trading. That's a good hook going on to Elrat, but it's just not going to be nothing more than a good trade.
Yeah, but if you can keep this up, you will him down slowly. And, you know, once Brown reaches like maybe 200 HP, he probably has the base pretty soon.
Yeah, main issue is I think Thresh runs out of mana before Braum runs out of HP, unfortunately for them, but...
True. Especially if you just waste them like that.
Yeah, if you're going to hook the minions, then you're definitely going to run out of mana quite quickly. And then you're actually going to begin to struggle in this matchup where Smolder is going to start to poke you down a bit. It's also a very interesting choice of summoner spells with actually Butner going on the exhaust instead of Elrat. Elrat going with the heal, so they're extremely defensive here. And I mean, once the Tristan jumps in, Oh my lord, I just realized that Tristana does not have cleanse this game, which is disgusting. You're playing against a Brom, and they're also going to probably go the exhaust, like 8 out of 10 games here. So I think that you have to go on Tristana here. You have to go cleanse, because if you're not going cleanse, then you can actually never jump in. Then you're always jumping backwards, pretty much. So not a big fan of the summoner spells here.
Yeah, unless actually, hold that thought. I smell a fight.
Yeah, definitely. Robbery is fishing and keeping the Victor from rotating to the Drake that they're currently doing. Yordi trading really hard on that left here. It might just be a kill, and he flashes on top of him under tower. Does he go down though? He does go down to the tower, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, and I think that left is going to be kind of happy with that one.
Yes and no. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose minions because this wave is about to go back. Oh, maybe
No, it's
going down to the Drake.
it is a good wave for the Gnar, but hold that thought because they are fighting on the Drake, and Robbery flashes forward onto the Xinjiao, and Xin goes down, and Delph is about to fall as well on the trash, and it's that is the 3 kills going over to Wacky Wraiths.
Yeah, again, just pulling up ahead early on to a fight around the Dragon Pit, and it might just be the same thing once again. The start with Xerath was the same. The first team fight, exact same as well. I hope it just doesn't bode well for Assassin's Creed here. But to go back on to the earlier point about the cleanse, I just hope it means that the first item that Trash builds is a Mikhail's, but I doubt it.
I very much doubt it. I think the earliest he will go with is 3rd, and I probably think he's never going to build it.
Iron Locket first, probably.
Probably lock it into Night's Vow, I would assume, and then maybe 3rd Mikhail's, but I even doubt that one.
I think it should just be first item.
It's a hard one. I think you should just go lock it, and your Tristana should just cleanse, but now obviously it doesn't have cleanse, so
Yeah, exactly.
you know, it's kind of rough.
Yeah. Ooh, Yushin getting poked quite low. We'll be heading back to base after this, but Robbery doing a rock in a hard place.
That is
That's a cloak.
good W by Robbery, but can he get the E down? He does not, so Robbery gets out. Elfie. Can you actually Mikhail's exhaust? I don't think you can you?
I would actually have to look that up. I think you can.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I've never done it, so I have no clue. I thought you maybe couldn't, so then Mikhail doesn't even save you.
Oh yeah. So I think it removes the slow, but not
Yeah.
the damage reduction.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the slow reduction is nice, but the damage is still gonna be enough to keep the Tristana from killing you. So yeah, I think that it's just a massive mistake to not go cleanse, and it's gonna remove all your kill pressure and anytime Butner has exhaust up.
Yeah. Just the FYI, I do believe. Never mind. A bit of a trade. Okay, I do believe that is because like damage reduction isn't seen as CCs, just like seen as a debuff. But Mikhail's
Yep.
only cleanses CC.
Mhm.
Whereas like cleanse and was it Quicksilver? Like
Yeah.
I think those two actually like remove every negative effect.
Mhm. Gotcha. That does make sense. Tristana opting into the what's the item called again? I actually forgot. I'm completely blanking. But he is going the normal just DPS build, no collector shenanigans this game.
Oh,
Unless he
it's
goes
crit,
hit second.
yes. It's crit. Getting the resets, yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing the collector this game, I think, so I'm happy with that. Yuntal, yeah, thank you. It is Yuntal on Tristana.
I mean the item got buffed recently, so
Yeah, it's very
good
good.
pickup. Yeah.
That's what I will build. 100%.
But it's looking at the state of the game right now. Of course, first Drake being picked up by Assassin's Creed, and Yordi once again just such a good lane and like really putting the pressure on the top side. But right now we see both teams really just hovering around the bottom side of the jungle. So it does give Yordi some time to really try and take down Detlef. But being Mega Gnar is quite difficult to do that.
Yeah. Oh, he's going forward here, but he's still Mega Gnar, so he's gonna be fine. Detlef's gonna be fishing for a hook here. No, he's not.
Wow, but He's just standing in front. He's like, yep, I'm untouchable. I have my E.
Yep. And there's an ult coming from the side, and he is hitting like every single one. Is he gonna get a kill? Oh, close. Yeah, actually almost hits every single one.
Yeah.
Managed to dodge in the end and be fine, but also a really nice try.
Contest around.
I think that also goes over to the Wukong the Crab. That's a good flip for them, but I do think you want to get out Robbery, because Jordi is first, but he goes back in and he actually finishes off the Xin Zhao, and Xin Zhao decides to not press ult even though it's up, and also flash, and they both just go down. Massive mistake here from Maybe.
You just have to wonder what at that point they are thinking, because Wukong just shreds through armor so quickly, and yes, Xin Zhao is a very good duelist, but like in the face of Wukong, definitely not. Like Wukong's one of the best with the armor shred as well, with nice hook here.
There's the exhaust though, as we've been talking about. I don't think they're going to be able to have the damage to kill Butner, and I think that they're just going to have to back off, and you have to think that Elrod also just walks this one out. Here's the TP though, coming in from Jordi. I think he has ult up, so yeah, I think at least Elrod is going to go down. Can they find Butner as well? They find Elrod, and he goes on to Butner. I think they both go down here. It's a double kill going over to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, just a nice play from Elrod first, just jumping towards the smaller to catch that hook. And hopefully, you know, only he goes down. But nope, it was actually a well-timed teleport. Jordi just going in, managed to reach smaller as well, and they get 2 kills here, and a great play here.
Yeah, it is a really good teleport, and a good flash and ult as well, and just, you know, ignoring the Braum and jumping to the Butners. I mean, just very flawless execution there from Jordi. But yeah, I don't get it, because like we were talking about, yeah, he does shred the Xin Zhao, but at the same time, if he just presses either flash or ult, he is completely fine there. I think if he just ults, then he can't even fight him. If Robbery tries to do it, I think that Jordi just kills him. So I'm very confused as to why he thinks he should hold his ult there.
Yep, we can only ask him after the game, of course, but I also want to highlight that Robbery had a very well-timed ultimate to interrupt the...
Oh, here's his agent flashing onto Seraph, and he does not have flash and is just completely dead.
Yeah, wasted in a way. Assassin's Creed at least showing better plays than Game 1.
They have learned from their mistake, and this game they are punishing the Seraph, but I'm not sure if it's enough. This Wukong is looking very scary, and I think the Smolder is completely fine, just scaling, and yeah, we'll see if it will be enough, if Victor can do the damage here to carry this game.
Yeah. I wonder, producer, can you show the Smolder stacks? Oof.
97, so once again, not the greatest start, but it is fine. He will hit it not too late.
He gets a level up pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, once you hit that 125, you're gonna accelerate on your stacking. It's gonna become easier, of course. So
yeah, it'll only take like 2 waves, and then he'll have the stacks. If he lands some E's onto his some W's on his enemies.
And since I'm going for the lane gank here, obviously with the Trash Lantern, it can be really good. Let's see if he actually manages to hit a hook, because if he does, then they might be in danger here. Oh, it is an ult from Jordi onto Detlef. Is he going to be able to get out of this one? He does have flash, and he has to flash out. I want Leash goes out, and Lantern comes out late, but the hook does land onto Braum. Can they finish him off here? Is the ulti coming down from Seraph? Can he finish off I Want Leash? He does hit all the ults, and it seems like they're both going to walk out fine here. The question is, are they going to keep walking them down here? Slow lands onto Delph, and here comes Robbery with his ult. I think they're all going to die here. But can they get something back to get Butner? Delph is going to fall. Unless he not... Are they out? No, he flashes on top of them with the Wukong ult, and they're both gonna fall, and so is Xin Zhao, and it is a disaster for the side of Assassin's Creed, and really well played by Wraiths.
Yeah, the Zerath roam was impeccable, just making sure that they were able to whittle down the Tristana, and now they will be going ahead and get that first tower. At the same time, you already had to back off, so the top lane will also be quite damaged. Mid lane though, at least Victor gets something back here.
Yeah, and that tower, I believe, also gives them the feats of strength, which is obviously very nice. Victor is slightly late on first tower, so very good start here from Wraiths.
Assassin's Creed taking Drake and number 2, so they will be set up quite well for, of course, the
Oh,
late
trouble.
game. Regardless.
Bubble did roam top here. He might actually hit the stun here onto Death left, but Jordy has no ult, so maybe he is fine, but no,
dead.
Trouble Bubble just kills him with ulti, and there is some fighting going on here as well. Delph trying to kill Robbery, but he should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine indeed. Brenner went towards the mid lane, and he should be having that 125 stacks right and now, or at least after this wave.
Yep.
And like at the same time, there's no one really in the mid lane right now, so Smolder gets some free push again. Victor, of course, very good at clearing waves, so Smolder just has nothing to do for now. So we'll be going back to base, get some items, as his next spike is up, but Death.
Oh, Usaijin in trouble here. He gets the flay onto Usaijin. There is the hook on the land. There is flash, so he does dodge it and then flash, and then goes for the ult onto I Won't Leash, but you have to think that he will be able to get out of this one.
Yeah, I really like that players like against Thresh. I have my fair share of Thresh games. Like when you go for a flay and you're like right next to them, if you queue straight ahead, you're gonna miss it because people will just walk down.
Yeah.
Always downwards, never up.
True. Especially at this level, most players have the exact same dodge pattern, so very interesting. Robbery trying to get onto Jordy here. I'm not sure if they're gonna have the tools to lock him down. He does have to burn the flash though, but he does seem to be completely fine.
Yeah, I mean it's a champion with like 4 flashes anyway built into her kit, so it's fine.
Yeah, that is true.
Imagine having dashes for a passive. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is a bit disgusting indeed.
Alright, Elrad in position to pick a fight.
Yeah, they do seem like they are fighting for the mid lane spot here. Just overloading on mid, but now Seraph decides that he will be fine in the bot lane, which I think Tristana is extremely happy with. They're kind of looking. They get the hook onto Elrad. I don't think this is the right target though. I think this is a really good engage for Wacky Wraiths. I think, can they just kill them all here? Like maybe he does have the Synod still active, but now it's running out and they're gonna take him down, and I Won't Leash is on Robbery here. He hits a nice hook onto him. He might fall, but he is very tanky as well, so what is gonna happen here? That's a nice ult from Jordy. He's in the middle of all of them. Let's see how much damage he can do here, but it doesn't seem to be enough so far, and I Won't Leash is gonna go down to the Seraph, and maybe so will Trouble Bubble.
Yep, pop it goes, and it's everyone except Jordy downed. Forest has to agree. Wacky Wraiths just stomp that team fight. They will be heading in for that mid tower, and they will be getting even more. Wukong already on the jungle camp, so it's just another feat of strength. They are even going to finish off 2 towers off of this 4-kill team fight. It is the worst possible outcome for Assassin's Creed, and it's a massive setback for them.
Yeah, I mean, again, they just seem very desperate for fights, and I don't think they need to be. I think they have a Victor, they have the Mbessa. They could be going 1-3-1 here, and they have the trash as well to be completely safe in the mid lane, and it just feels like they're trying to fight. I don't quite understand why. It's exactly what Wacky Wraiths wants, and it's only getting harder in teamfights from here. Like they're already ahead, and the Smolder hasn't even hit his stacks yet, so it only gets harder from here. I mean, speaking of, it would be really nice to get a check on the Smolder stacks as well.
Yeah, like the 157, very nice. So he's already, stacking quite easy. Look at that, 4 stacks immediately. Now gets 2 more. So, like the whole plan when you pick Braum is you want to be engaged upon. Braum loves that. He does not care. He loves the elongated fights. He loves just stacking his passive on top of everyone, and then you just lose that fight. But that left.
They don't find him here actually. Like they knew it was there, but he actually got away with it. So that's very interesting. They're very confused. Oh, he just walks out of the bush, and no, he just gets jumped by Jordy here, ulted, and maybe actually is coming back as well. And you have to think he's actually maybe just dead here. He will. I mean, maybe just tanking this. Jordy can take all the time in once. Oh,
speed boost.
No, what is he doing? Maybe drops the aggro and he hits him anyways, and he just goes down. They're both gonna die, and Deathlev is out. This is a complete disaster. What are they doing? The comp seems to not be there at all.
What an incredible outplay! Like I get it. Maybe he was just tanking the tower as long as he could, just make sure that Jordy is going to get the kill. But because of the passive of Mininar, gets that speed boost and makes sure that with Jordy not having any of the cooldowns, could just walk away with a slither of health and just turn things around. And like at that point where Xin Xiao was like, yeah, let me actually, you know, try and get that kill. The tower was already so strong, like every single shot just deals more and more damage, and that was like the 8th shot or something. So yes, half of his life is completely ruined.
Yeah, I mean it was well played by Detlef, but you have to question it a bit as well on the execution side from Assassin's Creed. Like they started off fine, but then Xin Xiao dropped the aggro early, and Jordi didn't seem to realize. He just kept going, so he just goes down, and then Xin Xiao tries to go in after, and he just dies as well. So yeah, it does look a bit uncoordinated.
Yeah. Like just looking at the state of the game right now, like Smolder is just completely fine, almost at his goal, untouched basically in this mid lane, and then every side lane goes wrong as well. He's getting completely outplayed.
Yeah, absolutely. And
What
I mean
is the winning angle?
it's very hard. They're gonna have to play some amazing League of Legends. A lot of mistakes from enemy team. A lot of picks has to happen, I think. And I mean, obviously, Victor is gonna have to put up a masterclass here if they're gonna have any sort of chance in this game.
Yeah, it's all on him to make sure that they get back to the game. Of course, Victor is one of the champions that can do it, but with this Azakon being taken by Wacky Wraiths, they will all gain about 2 levels on their enemy counterparts, but let's see if they can protect the bottom inhib turret.
They are trading 2 towers for it though, so it's not like they're giving it up for free. Let's see if they can keep going here. Then the side of Wacky Wraiths are gonna try to just go on the top tower here. I would like to see if they want to keep going, but they're probably not, and then they need to get some quick backs to defend the tier 2 on top as well.
Yeah, not everything is lost, but of course there is a little. It's a nice Altacom buff, of course, like the major jungle buffs. They get another extra boost of power behind them, so
yeah,
it's gonna matter a lot regarding red, blue, of course the dragons, and of course Baron as well. Like they're in a prime position to just get all of that.
Yeah, it must be so depressing as well to be Assassin's Creed. Alright, we're gonna trade the towers for the Atakan, and then they just take 2 towers right after. So you don't trade anything in the end. They just both get 2 towers and they get the Atakan for free.
Oh,
essentially,
right, true. So. Atakan together with the 6 Void Knights. Oof.
Yeah.
Big oof.
Big oof.
I think it's the Ruinous Atakan. I was like trying to remember the name of this Atakan. I think it's Ruinous. The other is Voracious. It's been a while since I cast League of Legends, so I'm actually glad that I still remember the name, but Jordi might be a name that we're forgetting pretty soon. Alright, never mind.
Yes,
Thresh.
fine, because of the Thresh here. They are looking to be aggressive here. I doubt they will find any sort of action here, because they have decent enough wards to be able to avoid it. Put the Herald interestingly enough on top lane. I have to wonder if it just spawned automatically or if that's something they actually want here. They are looking to engage on mid. It seems like a good pick on Trouble Bubble, but the Thresh Lantern is there and he should be fine. Maybe Strawberry can flash, but no, he decides against it.
Yeah, the thing is he gets shipped out now, so it does mean that Wacky Wraiths has a lot of time to set up the vision for the next objectives that they want, and both objectives will be spawning in just a little bit over a minute. So they have free choice right now. Do they want the Baron or do they want the 3rd Drake?
Yeah, you have to. And if I'm Assassin's Creed, I'm extremely desperate. If I'm them, I'm looking to try and sneak a Baron while the enemy team is going Drake. That's the only angle I can see back into this game where they somehow don't place a ward on Baron and you can somehow just get over the wall and into the pit with undetected and you just get a Baron. But it's extremely unlikely and. But it is, I think it is your only chance and what I would look for.
Yeah, of course the Sculler Crab has been taken for Wacky Wraiths, so regardless they will have a big chance of having vision. Like only the Blast Plans or like Xin Xiao's leap over.
The thing is, that I think the only guy that can't get over is Victor, and for him you have a Lantern, and I think everyone can get over the wall if they are intelligent enough to do it. That remains to be seen.
Yeah, that is the biggest question, of course. But you can also say, like, okay, let's give Wacky Wraiths the Baron while we take Drake. But they won't let that happen. Of course, they will. They are actually being pushed back here, but they are in vision robbery.
Yeah, I mean they control the Drake here. I think you just have to start the Baron there and force them into you because they control the area. Wukong already started up. I think they should realize and they should just start hitting the Baron here, but I don't think they will.
It's a
Can
big
get onto
Victor.
but...
Victor.
Oh. Well, the Shaijin goes down though, but they're hitting Drake at the same time. Maybe, I mean, you get some gold on the tower on the tier 2, so that's not bad indeed. But let's see if it actually ends up mattering.
They just got the icon that Drake has been done, so there's definitely no angle anymore to go for the Baron, as Wukong is able to join the fight once again. So everyone will just go for a reset, and it's just going to be a waiting game for the Baron fight.
Yeah, that it will, and I don't think any of these teams are going to be looking to start it that hard, because one team is like kind of behind and the other team is very happy scaling, so I don't think we're going to see any like sort of action until next Drake spawns, basically, if both teams place this. I mean, just normal, I would say. Like, maybe you can look for like a pick or something, or choke them out on the Baron, but I actually think that this is just going to be 4 minutes of not so much happening.
Alright. Looking at the smolder build, the Boots of Swiftness is there once again, but I don't see the Infinity Edge that you were talking about.
Yeah, it's not there yet. I mean, a lot of people like to go on 4th. I hope that he decides to do that still. I would go there earlier, personally, but...
Oh, raining out the damage once again. Really an artillery mage Sheriff is, but it's just not enough to really take them down that they have to go back to base. The Baron is being pinged, so they are going to start, and Smolder has his stacks already, so he can actually get executes.
Yeah, this is a bit desperate. I mean, it seems like the enemy team has no idea, though, so they just get this for free. And Nor is TPing, so now they definitely know. But they are trading a lot of tower for this. It's still not taken down. There it goes down, so they're going to shout the recalls. Maybe they're looking for flank. Nor is playing on the flank, the rest is recalling. They get another tower for this. This is... I think this is fine for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, go back smart. They don't want to overstep getting the inhib, of course. Getting the inhib early on, I think it's a mistake anyway. Yes, it pressures mid lane a bit, but hold that thought.
Oh, Trouble Bubble is caught and he's in trouble, and they have a Baron buff, and Trash is going to fall as well. They're going to be able to do a lot of sieging now that the Victor is gone and the wave clear with him. Obviously, the only guy that can like properly deal with the Baron minions from range. Tristana has to get a bit too close.
That was a bit of a questionable play, because I felt like Assassin's Creed, they got what they wanted. They got the inhib turret. Then you just, you walk away. But I guess Trouble Bubble wanted to make a play of his own and just fell down for it. Delph joining him on the gray screen. But again, to get back to the point of the inhib, if you get it early, you give a lot of XP and gold to the enemy. So just open up the inhib and just let it sit there for a while, because you can always threaten it later on.
It's a very interesting Frozen Heart. I'm not really sure who it's for. Is it only for the Gnar, I suppose? But
I mean, smaller attacks as well.
I mean, not really. He's like a spellcaster more than an auto attacker. He's not going to care about the Frozen Heart, because he's just going to Q once and he's going to walk and then he's going to Q again. And Yordi here is in trouble. He's going to fall to the Gnar, and some nice snipes coming out from your Saijin, and I don't know, he's just getting caught for no good reason.
Yeah, I think the Frozen Heart delays the Brown passive just a little bit, but like it would only be in like a, let's say, 1 or 2v2. If every one of the team just attacks once, the Frozen Heart is just not really worth it.
Yeah, I don't see the angle for sure, but I mean, there's not any amazing buys here anyway, so I don't mind a bit of armor.
Yeah, true. No Mikhails though, unlucky.
No Mikhails, indeed. I mean, your Tristana is not jumping forward that much either, so not gonna be a big deal, I think. Oh, he gets, I mean, there should go here, yeah. Gnar is out of position. He gets the reset on Tristana. He's gonna go for another jump, and with no flash, he is just dead here, and that's a shutdown going over to Tristana. They do open the base at the same time in the mid lane, but it seems they're not unable to get an inhibitor. And with Drake spawning in 40 seconds, this is actually kind of good. They need to look to start this on spawn before Detlef can get there. And maybe this is a way back into the game. At least they, make it longer.
Yeah, if they could get this Drake, at least a deny soul for at least 4 to 5 minutes. The thing is, like, they will definitely fight for it, even if it's a 4v5.
They will, yeah.
As long as Smolder stays safe, I think Wacky Wraiths could just win it.
They can, but this is the best angle you're ever going to get, forcing them into a 5v4. You need to start hitting this on spawn, force the fight hard. Seems like they're just going to run up mid lane, which is probably the right call. I think that you need to just hit this Drake. Yeah, this is good. They start recalling. I think they're completely fine giving inhibs. They're not going to give any Nexus tower, so yeah, this is perfectly fine for Assassin's Creed. Get some more farm as well. Baron is spawning in 230, so that should be fine as well for the inhibs. So they should be very happy with this.
Yeah, of course. Now they are pushing the top lane, and with the bottom and mid inhibs all being down, all the pressure will be here.
Yeah.
Fight.
Gnar is still in the mid lane. They are looking a bit aggressive, but not going to be anything to find.
And now the waiting game starts again.
Yeah, there's not going to be... I mean, there could be stuff happening. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's out of position. He's not going to be able to grab... Oh, he is able to grab the Lantern, and he's out. He only has to burn his ult, so the Seraph, so... Yeah, I think this is fine. Oh my, he goes down. There's so many charges on the Seraph ult now, and he hits like every single one. Wow.
Yeah, so even after all of that work, it did not matter.
Yeah.
Yusian finally shows his sniper skills.
Yeah, there he is. He is online.
Oh, no.
And they get the triple inhib here, so gonna be very happy with that.
Yeah.
Oh, he jumps forward. He is a maniac. Detlef jumps forward though. It seems like he has mind control Detlef to walk into them, and that's a free kill. They got so confused there.
I'm confused as well. What was that? What is this? Look at that. Jordy is doing all the work.
No, that was actually kind of funny. I think they got so confused about the Tristana jumping into them that he just completely lost his mind as well. Was quite amazing to watch.
It feels like he was like the Lee Sin that hits his first Q and then just has to press the second one. It felt like that kind of a jump.
Yeah, it kind of did.
Well, on the bright side, Barons is about to spawn, and ANG has a big task of pushing back 3 super minion waves.
I do believe that both bot and mid inhib should be respawning in not too long. Though I'm not quite sure. At least the bot one should be coming up in maybe this wave. I'm not completely sure.
Yeah.
And that will be very helpful.
Right now they're completely blind, and with the Baron spawning like within 2 seconds, they could just start it because the enemy team is stuck in base.
I guess they don't care about the Baron.
They need to care.
They have to at least, now that they're giving the Baron, they have to fight over their own inhibs. They cannot let them get the triple inhibs once they respawn here in not too long. Because that's going to mean that there's no way for you to actually contest the Drake that's coming up.
They need to go for desperate play now. This is just the final push.
Yeah.
Alright. Using the ultimate maybe. Making sure that they get away, but still. Xerath is raining down the damage. It will be getting engaged upon Xin Zhao. It's just can't fight back really against the onslaught, and they just make sure that they turn around. So Xin Zhao is stuck trying to push back a wave, as Xerath is there to hopefully take him down. Of course, hopefully for Wacky Wraiths. In the meantime, 4v4 in the base. It's their final push. They are at the Nexus turret. Jordy being chipped down by Smolder. Just one spell took away 20%, but there's an engage.
Delph tries to go in desperately. Jordy gets onto the backline, but there is no damage to follow it up. And while they're dying, their bases also fall, and it is just nothing they can do.
Nothing they can do indeed. That is 2-0 victory for Wacky Wraiths.
Yeah, and I mean, I suppose that going into this match, that AG should be considered small favorites considering their scoreline, but Wacky Wraiths really had the better of them in this series.
Yeah, and I think it just was a macro difference, right? And the smaller is a big issue. Like, you can't get a smaller first picked and still be fine. It needs to be punished, but
Yeah.
it simply wasn't.
Yeah, it really wasn't. The trash pick is not not the way to punish it. The trash Justrana into Braum Smolder, that's not it. But yeah, they're obviously very happy with that matchup, and they just don't punish it. Like, and he was also playing really well on the Smolder, playing really confident, getting his stacks in decent timings, and yeah, it just felt like they were always a bit behind and always a bit desperate to find something for the most part. So yeah, it just felt like Wacky Wraiths had better drafts and better macro.
Yeah, better team fighting as well. Of course, it does
Yeah.
mean it doesn't mean that Wacky Race is the best SNC team. Sorry to say, boring gangplank, but they definitely have their they have some arguments of why they should be. Of course, both teams are 8-2 right now, and only the best, like only the most consistent team will be victorious eventually. But of course, follow the Sanctuary League as they go live on Twitch here. So make sure you click that button. Of course, make sure you join Discord as well. I have no idea if there's an invite somewhere on this Twitch channel, but just ask people, and someone will drop it in here pretty soon. Any closing words, Shipex?
No, I mean, it's a well played series by Wacky Wraiths. I mean, also some good plays from Assassin's Creed. So I don't think anyone has to walk away from this series in shame. I mean, so it was a good series.
Absolutely. But that will be doing it for us for today. Of course, again, follow the Twitch channel to make sure that you know exactly when the next matches are live. Of course, the Bearded Monkey also just posted the Discord invite, so make sure you hop on. Maybe you'll be able to play next split. Who knows? Maybe you're like, hey, I can beat these teams. Well, show it off by joining one of the teams and showing off your skills here in a Sanctuary League. Of course, there was Shipex and me, Nick V. We'll be signing off. See you next time.